Welcome to the lesson on trigonometric functions using the graphing calculator. If you were trying to find the ratio of two sides, for example, sine 120 degrees, you would want to first check to make sure that your calculator was in degree mode. The default mode for the calculator for trig functions is always in radians. So I'm going to type the mode button, which is just to the right of the second button. And then notice that third line down has the two degree modes. One's in radian and one is degree. So we're going to change that by scrolling down and then scroll to the right to highlight degree. And then to change it to degree, I'm going to press enter. And now degree is highlighted. So I'm going to come out of this mode by quitting this operation. I'm going to go second mode, which is the quit button. Now I'm ready to type in sine 120. So sine, of course, is S-I-N, so I type in that button. Automatically a parentheses opens. I type in 120 for 120. I do not have to type the degree symbol. The calculator already knows that we're in degree mode. Then I'm going to close the parentheses. That is good practice to close your parentheses and then press enter. Let's try tangent 75 degrees. So tangent button is the tan, T-A-N. So I'm going to type in tan. Then I'm going to type in 75 degrees, so I'll type in 75. I want to close the parentheses, and then to find out the answer, I press the enter button, and that ratio is 3.732. Now, let's try some in radian mode. So again, we have to change our modes. Go back to the mode button, and because we had changed it to degree, we need to scroll down, and now highlight radian. See how it's blinking? Then we're going to press enter to change it back to radian mode. And now we need to quit this screen or to come out of this screen. So we're going to press second and mode, which is the quit button. And let's type in cosine pi over 4. So the cosine button is the COS or cos. So cosine. Now I want to type in pi over 4. So the pi button is right here, the second function of the exponent button. So I'm going to type in second and then pi. And then I'm going to put, it's pi over 4, so I'm going to put divided by 4. I can also use the fraction button. I'll do that on the next example. I'm going to close my parentheses, and then I'm going to press enter, and that ratio is 0.707. Let's type in sine 2 pi over 3. So I'm going to type in sine. Now this time we're going to use the fraction button. Some students like to use the fraction button. They like the way it looks better, so we're going to type in the alpha button and then F1. That's the shortcut button for the fraction button. Notice that it's highlighted N/D, which is your fraction. Press enter to choose it. And now we're going to type in 2. And then remember the pi button is the second function and the exponent button, so second pi. And now we need to scroll down to get the rest of the fraction or the denominator, which is a 3. We're going to scroll to the right to get out from the calculator's version of the denominator. And now we're going to close our parentheses. Make sure that you scroll to the right before you close your parentheses. Otherwise, your parentheses will be in your denominator. We want it to close the entire fraction. Now press enter. And we have the answer of 0.866. Suppose we want to now find an actual angle if we have the triangle and we know the side lengths. So if we want to find arc sine, given the side lengths of 10 and 12 of my triangle, you do need to pay attention to what mode you're in. Do you want your answer in radians or in degrees? So we'll just do the first one in radians. The answer's not going to make as much sense to most students, but this would be your radian answer. To get to arc sine, you're going to press second and then sine. If you notice in blue, it has sine raised to the -1. That is arc sine. And now we just type in the fraction 10/12. I'm just going to type in 10 divided by 12, which is the same thing as 10/12. That's the calculator's way of showing that fraction. Close the parentheses, and then we're going to get this kind of strange looking answer. Even though that is an angle, it's a radian angle. You have to remember that. So let's just do the same thing, this time in degree mode. So I'm going to go to the mode button. I'm going to change it to degree. So I scroll down to radian, scroll to the right to highlight degree, press enter. Now I need to quit this screen, so go to second, quit, And now I'm going to scroll up. And instead of retyping it, I'm just going to scroll up and grab arc sine 10/12. So I scroll up, highlight arc sine 10/12, press enter to choose it. And now it's going to recalculate this in degree mode. So press enter again. And so that angle that has the side lengths of 10 and 12, the angle would be 56.44 degrees. So let's just type in arc tangent 17/5. That gives you the side lengths of 17 and 5. So second tangent 17 divided by 5. Close your parentheses. Good practice to be in. Again, remember that you're in degree mode. Some of the answers, if they don't make sense, you just want to check that mode to make sure that you're in degree mode or in radian mode, whichever one you need to be. Quit that screen, and then all you have to do is press enter, and there's your answer, 73.61 degrees. That concludes our lesson on trigonometric functions using the graphing calculator.